Hello everyone, welcome back to the 5-9 mobile channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different on the tier list. Rather than bombard you with our top 10 LRs and EZAs and Dokkan Fest TURs and stuff like that, we're going to go ahead and give you something a little bit spicier, I guess so to speak. Something, you know, it's not your everyday run-of-the-mill type of thing. And what we're going to be looking at today are the top 10 categories that we could consider dead, top 10 categories that need the most help, categories that get the least amount of buffs, and stuff like that. So, you know, you think, like just teams that you never use, that's what this tier list is here to do. So, I can't do this one alone. I don't want to bore you too much with my voice for 10 minutes or so. So, I have a very special guest along with me today, and his name is Ice Cold Joker. Ice Cold Joker, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, but do you think my monotone's going to help not put them to sleep?
I think it'll be all right. Yeah. Maybe what you should do. Yeah, maybe you should put on like a fake accent or really forced energy, you know, like back up a little bit and just start yelling into the microphone.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. Let's go, guys. I'm ready to talk about these categories that really suck. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's just that tone is perfect. All right, so yeah, let's not beat around the bush anymore. Let's start with our number 10 spot. The number 10 spot that we have is the Saviors category. Now, this one was kind of an interesting case, as you might look on the wiki and see that, like, oh, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's there, and he got his EZA, and Namek Super Saiyan Goku is here, and stuff like that. But if you just kind of look past the illusion and the mask that the Dokkan Fest LRs put, there's just not many units that are slated to get a ton of buffs in the future. Like, you think of Saviors, you see Pycons, you see TNs. Namek Goku has kind of gotten his love recently, so it's tough to say. Some Trunks units and stuff like that. And just this category, it's like, it's good, and there's not a ton of like categories in Dokkan that get a ton of buffs, and so there had to be a number 10 spot, and I think that the Saviors category was one of them. What do you think, Joker?
Yeah, continuing down the list, like, yeah, there are Trunks, but there's no like Dragon Ball Super Trunks, so we can't expect anything from like Tanabata to be added to this in reality. We're still gonna wait for, you know, Dokkan Fest Hercule to drop his bomb. So until then, we have to live with the LR Hercule. And besides that, like, there's not too much actual synergy for this category alone. Because yeah, you could run Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and then like Fizz, Trunks, and Namek Goku and just have a team stacked full of LRs, but they don't really link that well.
Right.
And so there's the team by itself, and there's, you know, Namek Piccolo, Tech Piccolo, who's the god of the game. So that says all you need to say.
Yeah, so you mentioned synergy here, and it's like if I was kind of like just labbing a team for this, and you know you were running your main lead of Tech Gohan, it would be like I'd run Tech Gohan with the STR Ultimate Gohan, and then Namek Goku with his other Namek Goku, and then like maybe Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta floats or something like that. Just because like with that EZA that he gets during the 7-year, he is powerful. And you could run like Pycon or the Dokkan Fest Trunks as a floater, and that's not a bad team. But when you got to think about the context of dead categories, it's just like, how many buffs are these guys going to get? How well is this team going to work together, or are they just shoving units together on a category? And I think that's the latter is the case here, where it's just a bunch of units that really aren't meant to work on a team together, but here we are with them, right?
Yeah, it's just not. I don't see it getting overly buffed with new units. Like Goku and Piccolo is what the most recent unit.
No, the physical LR Goku and Piccolo isn't here. So, if we want to talk about most recent unit,
the Int Goku Piccolo.
I don't think that's the most recent unit because Namek Goku's here.
Oh, is it? Oh.
And if we want to go further than that, Dokkan Fest Trunks is here, and he came out in like the fall.
Oh, that's okay. That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they do get buffs every once in a while, but the buffs are kind of sporadic, and they still don't like. I'm not going to put Dokkan Fest Trunks with Int Goku and Piccolo or Majub or
I think
I'm not gonna put them together.
Yeah. I think a good tagline for like what classifies a category as dead is like, unless there's a category mission or a Super Battle Road stage for it, you're not running this team.
That's fair.
Right. Okay, so I think that's enough talk about the Saviors. I think you guys understand what we're trying to tell you here. Let's go ahead and move on to our number 9 spot. Now, the number 9 spot is the Otherworld Warriors category. Now, I know that might sound a little bit spicy. What prevented this is like a category with way less units than the Saviors category, but what saved it from being even higher is just the fact that Super Gogeta is here, and Super Gogeta is never going to stop getting buffs in Dokkan, I'd have to say. And Angel Golden Frieza, as bad as he is, just got an EZA. In Super Saiyan 2, Angel Goku got a huge buff from the 200% leader skill, so he's almost usable at this point. Angel Vegeta, Tech Gogeta, Physical Gogeta, Pikkon, stuff like that. Now, what makes this, it's the same case with the Saviors category where, you're just not going to see that many buffs for it very often. So, it's tough to say that this category is going to ever, be, fully runnable. What do you think, Joker?
Yeah, you touched on it, that we're never not going to get Gogetas, right? Because Dokkan needs money, they push the Gogeta button. Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku will get another Dokkan Fest eventually, but we don't know when.
Right.
And then there's like Cell and Frieza that are dead. That's not really gonna get too much love. And then Pikkon again, we've got a Dokkan Fest for him. It's gonna be a long time before he gets another one. And then that's about it. Like you've got Angel Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta from the Majin Buu saga, who has an LR. And we've moved out of the Majin Buu saga at this point. Like we got Kid Buu and Goku. They will revisit it, yes, but again, just like Gogeta's when is the question.
Right. And the same thing kind of goes with where you say the category missions in the Super Battle Road stage. It's why wouldn't you just run the time limit team or just run the movie hero team if you wanted to use Gogeta? Why would you, when you think teams to run with Gogeta, you're not oh, let me go run the other World Warriors team. Yeah,
you think you're gonna run this Angel Frieza with Gogeta and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and the LR Gogeta. It's he's not a good leader. And then the Int Super Saiyan 2 Goku is sadly aged out at this point.
You just throw him on the Majin Buu Saga team or something like that. I know this is a Vegeta event mission though, so it's having a good box of this category is nice, but outside of missions that require it, this team is just not being touched. So that other World Warriors that is coming in at our number 9 spot. Now, moving on to number 8, we have the Defenders of Justice category. Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky. When we kind of think about it, it's the 10 to 8 spot is just kind of these categories are kind of good. But just looking at it, it's Videl, Jocko, God Trunks, Jiren, right? Those are kind of your... Jocko is he's really good, but you just kind of look past the headlining units and you're just ooh. So just kind of looking at the super AGL typing right now. There's only 2 LRs on this team, by the way, Jiren and the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2.
Who are both, Great Saiyaman 2 is okay, and Jiren is aged out sadly because he just see is what you get with this kid.
Right, yeah, exactly. And so you look at the super AGL typing, you've got Tournament of Power Krillin, Great Saiyaman Kid Trunks, Dispo, Xeno Trunks, Great Saiyaman. And it's just these...
There are a lot of Xeno units in here. There's a lot of Heroes units in here.
If you're going to do that, why don't you just run the crossover team, though? Why? Right, so Videl and then a bunch of Heroes units? It's synergy is something that we are counting here for. It's not just are there good units on the team, right?
Oh, but no, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Int Kaba is here.
Oh.
Get this category out of here. We can't rank it anymore.
Yeah, it's same thing with AGL Jocko. I almost feel bad. Yeah, but Defenders of Justice, it's they have some options, but I just don't see if you're gonna run Videl, it's almost I feel you just want to run around the Peppy Gals team, and if you're gonna use Jiren, we'll talk about Jiren a little bit later. I think if you do click on this video, I think you'll know that he's around more than once. Yeah, so just sure, High School Gohan's on this team, and the Xenos, it's why don't you just run the Heroes, the crossover team, right? I just... Yeah, this category just finds itself with a bunch of good units, but just not in the right place. It's just I just don't feel like you're gonna run Defenders of Justice.
Right. You can run Xeno, Goku, and Vegeta in there because they're great units, but they don't really link well with the leader of the category being Videl.
Yeah, and the Xeno, Goku, and you're talking about the Super Saiyan ones, right?
Yeah, so the support ones.
Yeah, and who are they supporting here, right? It's you could bring Tech Gohan, but Vegeta's not supporting him. What Trunks are you gonna run here? I'm looking up. I'm pretty sure God Trunks is dependent on other heroes' allies. So
he is, yeah.
Yeah, it's just Goku and Vegeta. It's a tricky team, right? And then when you're at that point, why aren't you just running the heroes team?
Yep.
Yeah. So Videl and her Defenders of Justice leader skill just kind of slots her in a wonky spot with everybody around her. It's a category that it could potentially get buffs, especially with the Tech Gohan being a thing. And he's just timeless, but. Yeah, I'd say this category is pretty dead, and for the sheer amount of units on it, it just doesn't look good. So that was our number 7 choice. Coming in at number 6, we have a bit of a shame of a category. As much as I want to say, like as much as this category should be better, as you know, it consists of the fastest top grossing we've ever seen on the JP side of Dokkan. That would be the Dragon Ball Saga team. Now, this team is like it's just such a shame that it's kind of been relegated to like the World Tournament, and that's just about it. It's got those Arale units that we're probably never going to see again. It's got some TNs, some Kid Gokus. The only Dokkan Fest on here is the Kid Goku, but it's like everything that comes out on here is just free to play at this point, and it sucks because this is a team that deserves way more love than it has in the game.
Yeah, only World Tournament units that are only SRs to begin with, that's like for a good amount of time. And then, you know, like a year later they get Awakenings, and, you know, the Awakenings are not terribly impressive. So, I mean, yes, there are a few LRs here. There's Tao, there's DKP, there's Yamcha, great. There's Goku and Arale, and then the Goku Bulma. So, I mean, it does have units. It's just that once you move past the LRs, it's just a bunch of almost unrunnable TURs that have no purpose in the game right now for any kind of content except for a brand new player who probably is not grinding World Tournament.
Yeah, and it's like also because I kind of can speak from experience where I don't have any of these World Tournament LRs like the ones that are in the summonable pool, like the Tien and Chaozu and the
Really?
the Yamcha and Puar. So Tao and Demon King Piccolo are rainbow, right? But yeah, I just with all my ticket summons that I've done in like the past, I don't know how many World Tournaments I've done, but I've never pulled any of those LRs. So it's just like you're locked away. Like you can't get those units with coins, you can't get them with tickets, you can't get them. You know, you can't get them with Dragon Stones. It's like it's literally like you get those like I don't know 10 like at most like 10 SSRs from the tickets, and then you get your the Dragon Ball Saga tickets, which the LRs aren't even on. I'm pretty sure. So Dragon Ball Saga definitely a dead category at the moment. There's just like nothing in here. So it's like the units that you run that are good, you just run them on other teams. So.
Yeah, it does get buffed like every 3 months though with new World Tournament units, but again, they're only SRs or they're only SSRs.
They're not runnable buffs, right? It's just like where you're not bringing this team into the red zone. I'm trying to not mention the red zone in this video, but like
you're not even bringing him into SBR or
not bringing him into the Goku
like
event.
The original Goku event,
right? Like, this team is just like as much buffs as it's getting, it's not helping, you know. Yeah, so. Definitely a shame, considering, Dragon Ball Saga is, kind of it's like in the most positive light that you could imagine in terms of the fandom, and now, we're not going to, in Dokkan, it doesn't get the love that it deserves. So, piggybacking off of our Dragon Ball Saga side, in our number 6 spot, we have the Earthlings category. Now, the Earthlings category is interesting as, you do see a couple units coming from it, but it's just, the synergy on the team is good, but in terms of the overall scheme of things, I just don't see people running this team unless they want to have fun with it. And they're like, yeah, let me run the Earthlings team. Like, this isn't like a meta team by any means. What do you think, Joker?
No, it's definitely not. Like, there are some quality units in here, like LR Roshi, the Future Saga Mize are here, and who can be good.
Stunning, yeah.
Yeah, and then Videl is here, which
Videl,
but by herself and by themselves, it's still not a good team. The last time we got it really buffed was Universe 7 for the 6-year anniversary?
The technical latest buff was the Mercenary Tau, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the My Easy A was, a buff, and then Videl was after the 6 year, so
I'm getting my timeline all mixed up. But still, it's like Videl, cool. Mize, cool. Mercenary Tau, cool. Meta-defining units that are runnable in super hard content, not really at this point. They've all kind of aged out. Mercenary Tau being the newest one is good, but still, I don't see people being like, oh my god, Mercenary Tau in the red zone or the Legendary Vegeta event. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you.
I just don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are kind of moving at a little bit slower of a pace than we probably should be right now, so let's go ahead and kind of move through it, right?
All right.
So, at our number 5 spot, this one you knew was going to be on the list. It is the Big Boys, the Giant Form category. Should go without saying that this team, yeah, sure, it's good for the stage now for the Extreme Super Battle Road that there is, but it's just Tech Vegeta carries, and that LR is not going to push this team over in the grand scheme of things by any means. There's still so much work that needs to be done to it. It's like if you don't have Cumber, especially, the Super Battle Road can be tricky. Bergamo could be coming up on an easy A before you know it. Like he Dokkan Awakened in 2019, so that could be something. But this team, it's like aside from the missions, it's like if there's ever a category mission for like the Vegeta event or something like that, it's like good luck.
Yeah, the leader's not even a Dokkan Fest; it's
Right.
Tapion, and then Lord Slug. So
Right.
there's only one Dokkan Fest on this entire team, and that's AGL Metacooler, who is god ages old, and
Yeah.
he's unrunnable. And then you have like the Bardock squad. You've got those 3 EZAs that Global got a long time ago, and JP got right after their anniversary. But they were
Yep.
dead on arrival for JP because you guys had Vegeta.
Yeah, they helped.
I did that race versus Nolar, and I just got destroyed.
Yeah, it's like they made the giant form stage a little bit more runnable. Like I was able to do a video for it. I don't even know if I uploaded it, but I know I recorded it. Yeah, so giant form ESBR got a little bit easier, but this team is still dead. Like there's just nothing going here, and I don't think there's a promising future for the giant form team, unfortunately, because the giant form mechanic is just bad. So it's not really, it's not a category that I'm excited for. I think this one should go without saying. Pretty dead. Let's go ahead and move on. So coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Storied Figures category. Now this one, Storied Figures, it's interesting, but it's just, again, it's a case of why would you run this team when you should be running people in other places. It's like your headlining units, you see Tapion and Minosha, you see AGL Tapion, run them on Siblings Bond. You see Kid Buu, run them on Majin Power, Buu Saga, Power Absorption, etc., etc. Bojack, Space Traveling Warriors, Movie Boss. Just stuff like that, right? Like this team is just it doesn't have a bright future, and it's just one of those categories that makes you say like, why are they doing this? And no Dokkan Fest leader. It's just the LR Tapion and Minosha.
Yeah, so pray that you can pull Tapion Minosha, and then pray that you also can link level him and have AGL Tapion link level as well. And then they're a good pairing for one rotation. And then the rest of the team is what, Tech Tapion and Pycon maybe?
Yeah,
or
so
AGL Bardock?
I would say the Bojack rotation is a good mention. And then maybe to float, you would have like Kid Buu, and you wouldn't want to run PyCon because you have that extreme class.
Yeah. Either way, it's just the team is wonky beyond belief, and whether you decide to build an extreme version or a super version, it's still not great and limited options that are actual quality.
A shout out to Toon Rami, though. If you look down here at the extreme inside of the SSRs. Yeah, I think, was this Toon who said that King Vegeta would be his dream for Saiyan Day or something like that?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah. So King Vegeta is down here, so shout out to Toon Rami. But we have no time for that tomfoolery. Let's move into our number 3 spot. Coming in at number 3, we have everyone's favorite category, I think, the World Tournament category. Like, you just look at this team, and it just jumps off the page with a SR sub-leader. That's something, you know. Let's go ahead and pull him up as I'm here. He has a... Wow. His leader skill is literally the support buff of the Goku and Vegeta Jr.
Yeah, 2 key and 20%. No, it's even worse because it's just HP and attack. There's no defense.
Oh, yeah. So... Yeah, if you guys can just, like, if you want, go ahead and pull up your box and look at your World Tournament category, and let us know just how overwhelmingly powerful this category is. Like, what's the best unit here?
Probably Easy A Goten and Trunks.
Yes, that's 100% right. That's the by far. Yeah, I'd say that STR Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2 is okay.
Another World Tournament only unit that you have to summon for.
The super, in Mr. Satan, Hercule, whatever you want to call him, he has his utility. I did use him in the God event way back in the day because of his dodging, but Mighty Mask sucks. The Super Strike EZA, there's just nothing here. I mean, what are we going to talk about, right? It's like this is one of those categories that's also relegated to the free to play realm, but it's even worse.
Yeah, it's the World Tournament is always going to be forever the meme event of Dokkan, and the category that comes with it is also just pretty sad, and they refuse to give it proper TLC for it. Right. They just don't like it.
Which doesn't make sense because their player base loves the Dragon Ball Saga. So it's like, obviously I know on the West, I think that's kind of what scares them. Like, they don't know how well like Kid Goku's would do and stuff like that, but they know like in the homegrown stuff, like this stuff sells like hotcakes, right? So I don't know. But that's the World Tournament category. Now, number 2 and number 1, I feel like you guys could probably figure it out. But let's go ahead and get into the number 2 spot. This is the Namekians category. Now, as you guys know, this is not a spoiler. Dragon Ball Superhero, Piccolo is heavily involved in the movie, so we probably are going to be seeing a buff to this category. But the form of one unit, I don't know if that's going to be enough to save it. You just look around here, it's like, yeah, physical Piccolo is usable, Nail is usable, Extreme Demon King, so Extreme Tech Demon King Piccolo is kind of usable. Tech Piccolo is the god of the game, I know. The Int World Tournament LR Piccolo is the god of the game as well, but other than that, it's just like there's nothing here. Like, literally nothing.
Yeah, you can. I think you have enough units to build one team, and if the same name update hadn't happened, you couldn't run a team. Actually, it would be impossible for you to run a team.
I had some shenanigans. I just wanted to see if it was possible. I did a no item run. This isn't on my channel or anything, but I did a no item run for the GT Goku event with this Namekians team. And
really?
A key component of it was the SSR of Physical Piccolo. Like that was like what it was like. I have to run him because there's literally nobody else.
Because does he still stack?
Yeah, he stacks. So
okay,
you get like a god. You just kind of float Nail around or something like that, and then you kind of put him in front of whatever the big boy damage is, and then Physical Piccolo by turn 42 or whatever has enough defense. The SSR. So, yeah, the Namekian category. There's just nothing here. I mean, it could get better, but I wouldn't count on it aside from the superhero buff getting any more stuff outside of that. So. Before we get to our number 1 spot, if you guys do want to hear more of us, like I said, my name's Vilify, and I'm with Ice Cold Joker today. If you want to find me on social medias, you can check me out on Twitter at Vilify and YouTube Vilify. Every social media forum that I'm on, it is Vilify. No TikTok or anything like that. But Joker, where can they find you?
I am pretty much only on YouTube, but if you're looking for Dokkan content, it's going to be quite scarce because I focus mainly on slime. And if you want to go find me on Twitter, you can be bored out of your mind with my like 20 posts that I ever have done on Twitter. But I'm on those sites.
All right. Yeah, just want to make sure if you guys want to keep it locked down here, obviously that is an option. But if you do want to kind of check out and interact with us more outside of the 5.9 mobile realm, that is where you can find us. Coming in at our number 1 spot, it is the Universe 11 category. Now, the Universe 11 category, it's sneaky. It's like, yeah, they got Jiren and they got Topos and stuff like that, but like the Namekian team, there's one build. That's it. Like and if you don't have them, tough luck. There's one free-to-play unit here, that being, well, 2. There's the SSR Jiren, the tech one from the Dokkan event, and then the UR, I think his name is Casserole.
Casserole, yeah.
Casserole, yeah. So, yeah. And then
there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 TURs, not including LR Jiren's TUR.
Right.
6 TURs. I think that's even worse than the Namekians category.
And realistically, there's one easy A in the future here. And we've already gotten 2 of them, and Dispo leaves a little bit to be desired. Topo is very good for a long time, but has aged. And STR Jiren, I'm sure he'll be good and link well with the Tech Jiren, but Tech Jiren just has aged a little bit. It's like, yeah, he could put up impressive numbers, but like the 211,000 defense or whatever that he's going to have, just it's not enough in this day and age. It's like unfortunate because like he's going to get rocked by a super attack in the GT Goku event or the Vegeta event. And we know the red zone, we're not gonna, I mean, you guys know. I don't think we need to talk too much about it. But like Margarita's cool in Topo. You have to essentially run him on U11 so he gets that guard and stuff like that. And there's just nothing here. It's like, and this team just doesn't have a future either. It's like, what are they gonna do, right? Like a transforming Jiren, maybe a transforming Topo. But how many Margarita buffs are we gonna get by the time this game, kicks to the curb?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just so weak. Like you said it. Tech Jiren's the strongest thing is 210k defense if you have both Topos giving him support on rotation, and he's rainbowed, and he's linked level 10. Otherwise, he's at like a 150, and then you're just getting blown out of the water even in current Super Battle Road now. So it's not good enough. Margarita is okay. Ease Dispo is just a sad existence.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Casserole can be okay because he does stack, I believe, but, he's still a free-to-play unit, so it's going to take him forever to get to any workable defensive stat. And then STR Topo, you have an HP restriction for his damage reduction.
Yeah, what I'm thinking off the top of my head is like maybe they could kind of flesh out the Pride Troopers a little bit more, maybe do like a Pride Troopers unit and have like 3 of them at a time. But this would be like
a bunch more Pride Troopers they haven't touched yet either.
Yeah, but this would be like one of those categories that it just neat, and not to mention there's no Dokkan Fest leader for the buff, but
Right.
it's just one of those teams where it's like, why on God's name would you just not run the Universal Survival Saga with Jiren on it and stuff like that? And it's like right now we don't see, like, it'd have to have like a celebration that's completely themed around Universe 11, kind of like what Universe 6 got with Kale and Caulifla, then Hit and Goku, and even Hit and Goku weren't Universe 6. So that was our list today for the top 10 most dead category units in Dokkan. Let us know what you guys think. I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of disparity about it, but it kind of is tough because Dokkan keeps these categories relatively healthy, but there are some that they have just flat out ignored. So if you agree with us, show that in the support of a comment or a like. If you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe, as we do mobile game content just across the board. Most gacha games at least get a update every once in a while, but Dokkan and Legends are what we primarily cover. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out when we do cover everything. My name's been Vilify. Joker, do you have any closing words?
Man, I really hope they buff some of these categories soon because it's just super sad. But other than that, I have nothing else.
All right. Thank you from me and Joker. We appreciate your time. Have a great day. We're out.